We made it. It is hump day. Happy hump day, everybody. Whew, what a week it's been, huh? I am happy to see some familiar names in the chat. Hello, I see Ruthie. You're a member. That's so nice. And Eccentric and Julia, so glad you guys are here. It is hump day. And like I said, I feel like we had a hell of a week. A hell of a week around here. If you guys were here for the last couple of days, we have been processing some heavy emotions in my neck of the woods. We have had ex-Scientology mommy issues. We've had old friends. We've been talking about the ex-Scientology community. And whew, it's a lot. It is a lot. For me, a lot. And so, Confessions of an Ex-Scientologist Pothead with me. Oops, I said pothead. That's my book. That's not what we're doing here today, guys. I'm on what's it called? I'm on replay of myself. Confessions of an Ex-Scientologist with me, Liz Gale. And I am so glad to see you guys here this morning. Because everything has been so heavy, we've been talking about this week. I mean, we've had a good laugh. I mean, hashtag revenge grandma. How could you not laugh? That said, today is hump day. And if I want to get over the hump, I'm going to have to practice a little self-care around here. And since I promised to let you guys all into my life, Peace of My Mind says, we're not lighting up today? That is a you decision. Y'all know my choice. But for me, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. So uh, on a Wednesday. But anyway, yes, part of being a cult survivor means that you have to keep surviving. And it often means that wounds get salt poured in them on a Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday rolls around, and you still have to keep your ish together. So that's kind of what I wanted to just hang out with you guys this morning, chat with you, get a little grounded, and tell you a few projects that I have going on that honestly have nothing to do with Scientology other than the fact that they fill my cup and give me the ability to keep moving forward exposing Scientology. Because, writing a book about your own life, a lot of you guys who've followed me for a while know that there have been a lot of tragedies, a lot of boo moments. So we have to make sure we celebrate the glimmers. And otherwise, I'll go effing insane. Not a joke. It's happened before. So let's be real. Let's be real about it. Why not? Thank you, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Loves my earrings. They match the nails. Oh, what are you going to do? Hey, Miss Nora. Nora's in the chat. I love this. I'm laughing because someone says that they did get their pothead self down this morning. And hey, all are welcome here. All are welcome here. So, what's going on with me? Well, I put autographed books up for sale. Remember when I did that, guys? Never got an email, and I had sold 4 autographed books. Holy crap-oly, right? You guys want to see? I'm going to show you my and I finally was good on my word yesterday. Remember how we were going to have some new merch around here? Okay, I made one. It's just a sticker. It's a sticker. It's probably as far as we're going to take it, but I'll show that to you guys too. And if you remember, it was related to the fact that my 11-year-old son, everyone wants to text at 9 in the morning, which is good because honestly, manners, you don't call after 10 or before 10. Does that show you how old I am? It's not revenge grandma merch. So if you guys recall, on Monday, I shared a story with you guys about how my 11-year-old son essentially went really behind my back and texted my Scientologist mother, his grandmother, who we have been disconnected, had no contact, and any contact we've had, like pretty contentious. We did not end on good terms. 8 years since her and I have spoken, ish. And so my 11-year-old son texts her like, "Hey, grandma, I'm trying to do a school project, blah, blah, blah. I want to get to know you." She doesn't write back. So he writes, "You stink." And it was the most wholesome interaction, in my opinion. So that's what the new merch is going to be about. Here, I'll show it to you. I got to open up. You'd think I would do this before I sit down, but I didn't. And I probably won't ever, ever. So there. So there. Share screen. Hi, I'm Liz Gale. Okay, share. Am I sharing it? Can you see it? Oh, big time. You can totally see it. All right. This is my little website, guys. And at the top here is a little button. It says Shop Liz. There are no upcoming events, but I'll talk about that in a second. Here is my stuff. Okay, here's my book. I sold 4 autographed copies. They're going out absolutely today. I'm so stinking excited. I need to update inventory. I think I only have 16 books in my hands, my possession left. So that's awesome. Here is the newest. It's a sticker. Can I make it look any bigger? It says, "Cults stink, and so do you." I'm I'm literally obsessed. Like, I love it so much. It feels to me like the most pleasing thing for my inner child. I wish I could make it bigger and see the chat, but for some reason I can't do it. But yeah, cults stink. And so do you. Honestly, as you can tell from my laugh, like, I don't know. I'm gonna I'm gonna be dead ass honest with you guys. I'm gonna take it off for a second. Um, there really is an inner child within myself who I have been trying to heal for a very long time. And we all, depending if you believe in this kind of thing, but I think we all have moments in our childhood that, stick with us. And it can be beneficial to talk to your own inner child or consult with them in a way where you're almost trying to make them feel what you would have wanted to feel at that time. Maybe it's too woo woo for some of you, but that's fine. But in reality, it's helped me. And I think there is a 7, 8-year-old girl in my, I don't know, my past, my self past, who just looks around her and just thinks all the adults around her are just full of crap and doesn't trust a single person, doesn't trust anybody, is angry and literally like I'm crossing my arms in this, like just crossing her arms, just not having it. And you know what? You know what? She freaking loves this. So this was for her. This was for her and for my I don't know, my 11-year-old son. I honestly don't often buy my own merch. Surprise, I'm on kind of a budget. I love when you guys purchase things though. This one, just being a sticker, super cheap, and I might offer it to my son as a piece merch. Cold stink, and so do you. I love it. I almost like. I feel like this skunk. It looks a tiny bit like a squirrel. I know it's not, but I just kind of liked it. All right. There's ode to the inner child in me, honoring. I'm really trying to honor my 11-year-old son's process. You know, I have my confessions, my challenges, my problems, and things that I have to overcome from being raised in Scientology and then leaving. And to be honest, my children also have some stuff to process about their heritage and where their mom came from. And yeah. So hey, if I can like make a sticker that pleases both sides, that's fantastic, right? Good good for you, Liz. Is it self-care to design and post merch That sounds a little more capitalistic than I'm very comfortable with. It is a skunk. It is a skunk. Um, yeah, I'll show you guys one more time. It is a skunk. I was just saying, in Scientology, there's a lot of significance to a squirrel, but squirrels don't stink, but skunks do. Yep. Here's a sort of a silly, wild story. When I lived out on our ranch, there was a skunk that got under my parents' porch. Happens all the time. And the dogs chased it away one time, but it kept coming back. And the dogs got sprayed a couple times. It was a nightmare. If you've ever had a dog get sprayed, um, if you've ever gotten sprayed by a skunk or had a dog get sprayed by a skunk, it's not funny. Like, it's not funny at all. The smell is so, so, so strong that you feel physically ill. And the closer you are to it, and it can stick with you. And then if your dog gets sprayed by a skunk, um, you have to use a special kind of wash. It's a whole deal. And then honestly, every time they get wet for 6 months, it is it comes back. It's brutal. So anyway, skunks are a problem. But my stepfather, one of the nicer things he's done in the world, I think. My parents had this really crappy little old like hatchback Subaru that I don't know where it came from or why they had it, but it was just sort of this like beater extra thing. And my stepdad would live caught this skunk and then makeshifted a pole, a 10-foot pole out of the back. I don't think it was out the hatchback. I think it was out the window, but it was like hanging 6 feet back behind this little Subaru. And he drove it. He researched, I think it's a 1 mile radius. He like drove up the hill a mile away and left it, dumped it. I don't know. Is that humane? I'm not really sure, but it was pretty, pretty funny. Um, yes, skunk off. There's a product at Walmart that I've bought since being in this house. Because my old dog, Sadie, that Sadie girl, she just, I don't know, she probably got sprayed 6 times. The first time she got sprayed was at our old house, and I don't know, she must have been very upset. I don't think she'd ever been sprayed before. So she was freaking out. And she never got up on our bed, like ever. She was such a good girl. She would never do that, but she did. She jumped up on the bed and she rolled all in our sheets, all in our comforter, our pillow. She busted through the screen door into our room. I mean, she must have just been really upset, and just like, mom. But I was not happy. Not happy about that. So those are my skunk stories. I'm a country girl. I've had interactions with skunks. Can I buy it to give to your son? That is so thoughtful and kind. I assume there is a way for you to do that. Indeed. I'm not sure if you can do it on the fourth wall. Huh. Wish I could make stickers myself. I actually used to have a silhouette. I don't know if you guys know what that is. Um, but like it prints out shapes and you can do all kinds of things with it. I never took it to the max, but I really enjoy making my own crafts, to be honest. And can we talk about crafts? Can we talk about art? I mean, whoa, hold on. Okay, hi, Nicole. Sorry. Nicole says, vulture smell is worse than skunk stink. Pray your pet never threatens a vulture. What? We have a lot of turkey vultures. Like, we're in Oregon, they're everywhere. Um, and I don't mind them. I don't interact with them. But you see him circling if something's dead, or sometimes when my dog was missing, we actually were thinking he was gone for 4 days, and we were hoping to the Lord that he was okay, and he was. Um, but we were looking to where the vultures were circling, thinking, they know. They're disgusting. They like pee on their own feet to sanitize them, and I'm not mad about it. Like, I think they are the most they're so over the top disgusting that it's like beautiful. Do that. Mother Nature designed you to do that, to just eat things and piss on your feet. Love it. I love that for you, vultures. I love that. Being a human is way more complicated than that. It'd be wild to just be a vulture for a day. I can identify as a vulture now. Should we do that? Um, What was I gonna oh, we were gonna talk about art. We were gonna talk about art. Yes, I am. Why are you asking me if I'm using SteamYard? Why? You're fine. Nobody we're not missing anything. We're good. I'm here too because I'm totally interacting today. Because we're just chatting. And I want to talk about art now. Hello. We talked about how self-care is so important. And for me, a lot of self-care, it's cognitive labor and it's work, but I love making some arts and crafts. You guys know that. You guys know that about me. I'm borderline, I don't want to say obsessed with making sort of, oh, yeah. Um, I am. And actually, so, okay, all over the place. I'm going to respond to this. You're just wondering about StreamYard. I'm no expert, but if you ever want to email me, I'm happy to. I guess you already asked me the question, but if you use it, I don't know a lot about it. Maybe you can tell me about it. Okay. I've essentially taken over my college son's room, which is a big room. It's actually a finished room that's the size of like a one-car garage. So it's big. Uh, he still has his furniture in there and his bed and all that. But well, for one, I cleaned it. So I own it now. I have reclaimed that space. When was the last time you guys cleaned up after like a bunch of frat boy party? And they slept late and then they had to go. And my kid was like, "Oh, I'll come back. I'll come back and clean it." I mean, I would have left it, but my brother-in-law was coming and I'm not going to make him, sleep in that filth. Ha! So anyway, it's my art room now. I can clean it up so people can come, but it is a trashed area. I have gotten one of my 8 boards done. So let's talk about the project. A few reiterations of my red string project have happened in the past. Let me show it to you. Okay. So this is the past rendition, these boards. Can you see them? And see how they're all different? Like some are covered with fabric, other ones have a black frame, they're all different. And what the black one is actually just poster board. That's because I was piecing together all of these boards, right? I would get a bulletin board at the thrift store, kind of do my thing, fill it up, realize I needed more space, more space. So I was just getting whatever I could find. Lucky for me, I did find a couple 4x8, huge for $5 at my local thrift store, which I mean, if you like a sale, it's amazing. Uh, Not great quality, pretty beat up. So after I did all of this labor, all of this mental work, a lot of these are printed that I sent to the printer. A lot of them are old newspapers, old magazines, just postcards, relics, all kinds of stuff. So gathering it all together, organizing it. But in order to step it up, to really show it, I needed to get better boards. And I actually put up a fundraiser. It still exists. I'm not going to share it here right now because this is not what that's about. But I did receive some funds. Thank you so much for you out there that support me. It's like the same 6 people. I don't want to embarrass you and call out your names. I'm so grateful for you. You know who you are, and I'm so grateful. So I bought 8 boards that are 4 foot by 8 foot. It's 320 square feet of space. I have completed one entire board, and it's gorgeous. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I cannot tell you. Like, I hemmed and hawed and moved and this and that, and now it is perfect. It is perfect. It is glued. It is done. One board. And it's an important board too. It's my World War II Operation Paperclip, Cold War, surveillance, CIA type technology era board. And I honestly feel like the timing couldn't be better. I am a big Candace Owens stan. When she started doing the book Chaos, which if you haven't read, I highly recommend. I was like, okay, I love the way she tells a story. I don't agree with her all the time. I love that she's out of politics. I don't trust a single motherfucker in politics. And to me, when somebody says, "I gotta get out of here," then I'm like, "That's my person." You don't wanna be in politics? Same. Same. Um, my husband, who I barely ever talk about, is a bigger conspiracy theorist than I am. So almost everything that I know about conspiracy theories is because, well, first of all, I kind of was told them all when I was young and then didn't really think about it, left Scientology, and then he loves introducing he's a Bigfoot guy. I'm not saying he believes them all, but if there's a new one out there, we will watch a documentary, we will learn about it, we will do whatever. Why did I say that? Oh, right. And because so much is happening right now with the you know who Epstein files and I don't even know, the CIA, the Mossad, shit's going down and things are being found out more and more every day. I just feel like it is such a good time to get all of the information out of this tiny little screen. You can only look at one picture at a time and get all of it out. So it is spread out in front of you like a freaking room. You walk through and see propaganda, MK Ultra, and you bet your ass by the time someone walks through there, they are going to understand that Scientology is an MK Ultra experiment for sure. Does he believe in the Loch Ness monster? That is a little nickname for our kid. I wouldn't say we either one of us really believe in it, but I think what Loch Ness does represent are the fact that there may be unknown sea creatures out in the world living in the depths of the ocean or undiscovered water bodies of water. So, yeah. Oh, see, I thought I saw a commercial. I wasn't paying attention at the Super Bowl to the commercial, but I saw it. And someone had posted this disclosure movie in the Scientology Reddit group and said, "This is going to change anything. This is going to like blow it out, blow it up." And then I was like, "Really?" So then I looked into it more, and no, they're just spamming a bunch of groups, any conspiracy theorist, anything related. That's how they're marketing. Um, so I will watch that. But yeah, I think it's an important conversation right now. And to be honest with you, I enjoy paper crafting. I enjoy artifacts. So the board now that I'm working on is the board that's going to go before this. It is the introduction to everything. And it is very, like, heavy on the Americana, early American vibes, um, and it's gonna set the stage for what propaganda is, right? I don't know if you guys know this, but there was a guy named Edward Bernays who wrote a book called Propaganda, and he actually was a huge part of this early persuasion science where you are getting people to have an emotional response to an us versus them without them really knowing it. That's one of the main things about propaganda is that they don't know the message that's actually being relayed. He's from back in the day. His wife's uncle, Sigmund Freud. His grandfather, I believe, owns Netflix. So do with that what you will. Um, that's a big part of the board. Early broadcasting days, print media, and I found a National Geographic from 1917, and I cut it up. It was in bad shape, but I've got advertisements from then, World War One propaganda, just really lays it out. That's the board I'm working on now, and I'm really excited about it, but it's not at the place where I'm done. Goebbels, Joseph Goebbels. I have him too on my hold on. I need to get this going. Yes. Okay. Okay, so he was a National Socialist politician and propagandist for the swastika crew. Yes, indeed. So you know. Um, I'll put him on there too because that will be a good one to go in between the beginning of the like Americana and World War One, in between starting into World War Two. And you guys must know about Operation Paperclip. This is not like an informative thing here. We're just having a chat. But we, as an American country, got a lot of scientists, over 1,600 scientists, Nazi scientists, the ones who were doing really, really messed up stuff and also researching the occult, human experiments, DNA manipulation, yeah, opening portals, all kinds, Stargate stuff, the whole shebang, came here into the United States. And then shortly thereafter, we had NASA, we had the Antarctic Treaty. If you think that I sound crazy and you don't know any of the things I'm talking about, I get that. I get that for you. Just wait for my art. I know that people who start talking about these topics sound conspiratorial, of course. But I also think that a lot of the conspiracies that we've heard are true. So do with that what you will. Let's see. Why have Francois Coster from the La Poubelle and Ghislaine Maxwell the same lawyer? Is Moxon involved? That's a good one to search through the Epstein files. I've been having a lot of emotional responses to what I've been learning about in the Epstein files. And I actually do want to talk about that tomorrow. You saw Street's video on that. Okay. I will definitely look into that. Streets LA. Okay, I'm pulling it up. I'm not going to watch it now with you guys. We can all go watch it. And tomorrow, I might pull it up to talk about it because tomorrow, I do want to talk about the blackmail culture, the Epstein, and it's going to get weird tomorrow, honestly. But it's going to be like a little red string lesson. Not lesson, exploration is a better word. So we'll do that tomorrow. But see, again, I have to take care of myself, y'all. You guys might be capable of just absorbing all this kind of heavy, negative shit. But I definitely have to take a break and touch grass. I really, really have to touch grass in between because the Epstein stuff is so, so, so dark. And unfortunately, there is a very deep connection with Scientology. I feel it in my bones. As Candace would say, I don't know, but I know. I have to come up with my own thing of that. But like my intuition, my spidey sense is going off. And I definitely am reminded of some past conspiracy theorists who really basically talked about the CIA infiltrating Scientology and taking it over back in the day. And I'm not sure I disagree. So I know that's crazy. It sounds crazy. But I hope that tomorrow, with some visual aids, we can kind of get to the bottom of it a little bit more, or at least open some more conversation about it. Because I'll tell you what I don't want to do. I don't want to be struggling with my mental health, struggling with my mom issues, struggling with my identity, hustling my ass off because I'm trying to expose Scientology, but also sell my book. Is my book here? Yeah. Um, oh, now Dylan just shows up bragging. I got a thermal printer that prints stickers. Looking forward to using it. Hello and good day, everyone. Everyone loved you on here yesterday, by the way. We have to do it again. Thank you. That was really good. And I'm still processing a lot of what we talked about yesterday. I find for myself, I almost do have to do this circle around something for a while, and it's annoying, I know, but I have to do that to get to process some of these really heavy things. So it's hump day. I have to go push the button on my Roomba. Can you guys hear my Roomba? I call her Rue. It's the first robot I've ever had. And she noisy. Hold on. I have to set the time for her for a later time than this show. She's so cute. I'll be right back. Hey, get back here. Got her. We got her. We got her, didn't we, buddy? My dog doesn't really like her, as you can imagine. Oh, you couldn't even hear her? I'll keep that in mind for the future. Um, okay, where were we? Yes, journaling. Journaling. I should do that more, actually. Does everybody not talk to their Roomba? And it will freak your cats out. It will, but the amount of cat hair while you're not looking, it goes under my couch, under my bed. Like, I'm pretty impressed. Though, do you guys want to see something really, really funny and so stupid? I'll tell you. I'm gonna look it up on my phone. Uh, so it's self-cleaning, the Roomba. It goes back and it empties itself. And it's like docks and it empties itself. And then every once in a while we have to clean out the bag, put a new bag in. However, this is so embarrassing. My hair gets stuck in the wheels of the Roomba, in the gears of the Roomba, and totally stops it. And so honestly, like twice a week, we have to deal with that part of it. So I was at my girls' beach weekend. My husband sends me this picture. This is my hair. Like, see, that's how it's in like circle. It was like coiled all in the room. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't know, whatever. I mean, and he just like laughed it off. He was like, babe, I've been cleaning your hair out of drains, out of the car, out of the vacuum cleaner, basically his whole life, right? I think we've been together now longer than we have been apart in our life. So this poor man has been cleaning up my hair for so long. Though I do remind him, if we're ever stranded on like a deserted island, we can braid this shit into like fishing line. We have a lot to work with here. So I will sacrifice. What are you whining about? Come here. Come here. What are you crying about? Come say hi to everybody. You want a treat? Come here. Up. Oh, don't knock my coffee over. Do you want to say hi? You want to do a trick? You guys can't see him yet, but maybe up here. Awesome. Come on. You got to get up here. Awesome. You're not high enough. Come here. Awesome. He's like, you're too high up, Mom. Come here. Come here, baby. He's not little anymore. Oh my gosh, he's huge. We both need to go on a diet, Theo. Say hi to everybody. Theo, can you speak? Speak. This is an uncomfortable position for him to do his tricks. Speak. Speak. Theo, speak. If you speak, I'll let you go. No. All right, here's a treat. That was lame. You're lame. I'll do it now. He knows this. Ready? Here's the trick I like to do. She was such a bitch. Are you talking shit with me? He's cuter when you can see him. Speak. You know what'll really get him going? I dare not do it. Are we ready? Blue 42. Blue 42. Blue 42. We brought him to our friend's house at Super Bowl. Every time there was like hardcore Super Bowl talk, he just started barking. It's funny. Okay, well, you didn't show your face. Come here. Come here. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that your elbow? He's so dramatic. Anyway, hi Theo. Everybody says hi. Oh, you're gonna sticker your tools. He's a football puppy. Blue 42. Blue 42. You talk a lot. I wish I could show him to you, but if I hold him up here, he won't do it. Anyway, boards. We were talking about boards. We're talking about art. I do have something to show you guys today, if that's okay with you. It is the ultimate tool that I have in my toolbox for self-care. And it's kind of weird and silly because it's hard work, but sometimes that can be good self-care. So I'm done with you, Theodore. You were useless. You didn't show your face, and you barely talked shit with me. You know I like to gossip. She was such a bitch. Oh, man. Just kidding. I don't really talk that much shit. It's one of my birthday mugs from a local. Oh, I've got some. No. I have a secret that I haven't decided whether I want to show you guys and tell you guys about. I feel safe with you here. I love you in the chat, but I don't know how to tell you guys something without telling all of the rest of the world. So I'll have to think about that. That's what the members only stuff should be for, but I don't know. Okay, so the number one tool that I have in my toolbox is like the most for mental health is the most extreme version of touching grass as I could possibly get, which is growing a garden. When I was living at the ranch, which is 10 years ago, I lived on my family's property that had been there for 100 years. There was a fenced garden. We put garden beds in. It was so gorgeous. Actually, you know what? Maybe I can find a few pictures on here and share them with you. I just have to make sure that you guys don't see any of my, dirty things. Let's see if I have a garden. Garden folder. I don't. How embarrassing. Thea, what are you doing? I'm gonna find you guys some. Just bear with me for a second. Bear with me. Theo, knock it off. Maybe I don't have them. Maybe I can't. You're bothering me. All right, I'll have to show them. I'll have to share it in a short after this. Let me show you the garden I'm working with now. Not as impressive as what I've done in the past. I just want to show you what I can do. All right, I filmed this 1 second before I went live. Walked out my front door. So I just want to show you what. He's not hungry. I mean, he had a treat and he probably wants another one, but he's had breakfast. I'm seeing comments here where you guys get it. Gardening is great. Putting your feet and hands in dirt is very grounding. Literally grounding. The definition of grounding. Let me change this. There we go. Now I'm so big. Theo, stop. I've had enough. We're all done. All done. Sign language. I use baby sign with him. He doesn't like that one. He thinks it means to talk back. Okay. Let me show you what I'm working with. Ooh, I love your question. I'm going to get to that question in just a second, almost gray Australia. Your dog reacts when my dog talks. I'm sorry because my dog never shuts up. He actually talks a lot of crap. No. Nobody has a black thumb. We're going to talk about that too. Okay. I walked outside. My chickens were out. I like to let them out on sunny days in winter because they can get out. That's the stupidest thing I've said all week. Chickens out. Like it. Good. Okay. But that's not what I wanted to show you all the way. I muted it. Here's a pile of rocks. Okay, so I live on 5 acres. All right. There have been so many renditions of this dream of doing things on this property. At one point, we had over 5,000 hemp plants growing here. That's why we ended up here. Those days are over. And I honestly got so burnt out that the last real thing we've done little landscape projects, but it kind of ends up like this. Like we have a pile of rocks in our driveway. It's been there for 9 months. 9 months. Whose fault is that? My own damn fault. I'll tell you why in a second. Um, the last time we did the garden, though, we put up a big fence, but I didn't get very far. So that, okay, I know. Look how trashy, literally trashy it is around here. Um, for one, that's our burn barrel, which if you live in the country, you should have a burn barrel. Okay, it's not that weird. What is trashy is that we burnt some what are those called? Box springs. So for Christmas, my husband actually got us a new bed, like with a bed, like a backboard or whatever. She be noisy, not cool, but we'll figure that out next. But it doesn't have a box spring. So we took our box springs out. We did try to give them away. Nobody wants old box springs. So we're like, okay, we'll burn them, then we'll take the metal to scrap. Once we burnt them, they were just on top. You can tell they're not all the way burned. There's a lot of metal in there, and I honestly am thinking that I would like to turn those into some kind of trellis. So I'm gonna finish burning all the rest of the stuff on there, and then I'll power wash them, pressure wash them off, or maybe air if that works, and then somehow use them as a trellis in the garden. Okay, now we have another pile of dirt. That's a good pile of dirt, though. And then now we're walking over into the garden. See in the back there, the pump house? That's where I used to go live from. But it's cold and it's full of mice, literally. They start chewing through. So I need to put a fence in there. But now we're going into the garden. It is a 50-foot by 50-foot square garden with 2 openings at the moment for 6-foot gates. And then it has a 6-foot fence with an extension out and over that we still need to run line around. And that's for the deer. Deer are everywhere here. In fact, that's part of why I got burnt out on gardening. You grow so much, you work so hard. I'm a seed starter. I love doing it. These are my babies. And then boom, you wake up one day and just before your crop is ripe or harvestable, the deer come in and ruin it. So, boo. Oh, good. Thank you, Tampa Bee Man. I consider you to be the opposite of a redneck in Oregon. So I like that you like it. Thank you. Deer do. They eat pretty much almost everything, and they'll eat it down to a nub. And the thing is like certain things they can smell I swear for like miles, and they come. My dog is useless. The deer come in the night. They will come eat straight from like we've got mint and some flowers right in the doorway, and they will come there and eat them. Uh, that said, no, I have not tried Repels-All. I'll look into that. We have done the thing is okay, I'll say this too. We are like in the I don't wanna repel everybody. I don't wanna repel everybody. I just want a fence so the deer can't come in. I don't mind growing enough to share a little here and there, to be honest with you. I really don't. Um, but maybe I should get some Repels-All because the more I think about it, I had these beautiful artichoke plants and like the gophers or moles or something would come and just eat I don't know if they have a cambium layer like a tree, but they would eat the root, not the root, the stalk around the outside, and then it would die. And they just go no 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 no. It took it 2 inches what they could reach, and the whole plant would die. Brutal. Yeah, yeah. I've never actually heard a lot of these. My mom, all growing up through when I was at the ranch, she made soap and um, natural soap and body care products. So we did have a lot of shavings that we would often like hang or do something. I've heard of that. Um, honestly, I could have all the frat boys come and just like pee on pee everywhere. We'll do all this stuff, but I'll look at the ingredients of the Repels Away. Um, Sometimes too, it can be a lot of the bug stuff what is it, like, bergamot, cinnamon, eucalyptus-y things. We'll keep them away. Yes, Kathy. So you love repurposing things. Yes. So for one, when I came up in gardening, I was lived really far in the middle of nowhere on this property my family had had for 100 years. So there was just random crap lying everywhere. Um, so I would repurpose and reuse a lot of different things. Uh, we'll do that as much as we can in this garden, but in reality, we're gonna have to purchase a lot. Purchase a lot this year. Okay. So we're gonna walk in. Okay, now here is a mound. I realize it doesn't look like much, guys. But this is my baby. This pile of dirt I've been working on for 3 years. I'm not kidding. It's so dumb, but I'm not kidding. This is called, I'm gonna pronounce it wrong, a Hugerkultur. I should look that up because I'm gonna sound like a jerk if I keep saying it. Hugerkultur. Okay, you know what? I'll just show you what it is because I'm perfectly capable of showing you. How about that? How about them apples? Da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na. Remove that. Present. Oh, it only will let me do one thing at a time. Hold on. Stop screen. Add screen. Don't look at my concentration face. Okay. Oh, free guide, everybody. Do you want a free guide? What is a Hugelkultur? Building the ultimate raised bed. What's that? It's just a pile of sticks and dirt. What's going on? That's it? That's all it's going to tell us? Come on, give me a good picture. All right, it's rude. Hold on. Here's the picture I liked. Share this tab instead. Okay, backwood homes. There we go, for the win. Sort of. See that? It's like a mound prepared to feed anything on top of it. And you can do this. You don't have to amend the soil. You basically, it becomes a permaculture stand in the sense that you don't have to tear it down. You don't take it down to nothing again. You just kind of keep planting it. Um, and for hours, have you guys ever heard of this before? Have you heard of a thank you? Oh, I didn't know that. Let me look. Nora said I sent you things in your yeah, the three sisters. Oh, these are yeah, for deer. Mhm. Yes. Yeah, the three sisters are a staple. Are you guys familiar with the three sisters too? That's where you grow corn, squash, and beans together. It's like what the natives do because the corn grows tall, the beans can grow up the corn, and then the squash gives a really nice cover crop for like all the flat area. Um, and that's the style of gardening that I really like. Um, I'm so over the idea of these perfect little columns and we're weeding and we're ripping it up and we're essentially plowing our little garden beds every year and then we're planting another monoculture. I'm not about that anymore. I'm way too fucking old for that. I'm all about Mother Nature doing the work. So, back. There is my mound. I know I told you it doesn't look like much. Wait, hold on. All those pots are like a plant that died or something that we just dumped in the mound. And you can see the chicken shavings. Like, we've been working on this beauty for a while. So that is going to be my first super permaculture stand. It's kind of shaped like a kidney, like the pools that are shaped like a kidney bean. It's kind of like that. And then when we're ready, I don't actually mix it up. Mother Nature, it's been rained on, it's been sitting, it's been rotting, it's got logs underneath there, it's got compost, it's got chicken stuff. What I need to do next is start sandwiching in, and I'll take you guys with me to do it sometime if you want. I need to go around the rest of my property. I need to dig out my compost bin, and I need to start shoving compost and debris into the holes, where you put, if there were 2 logs together and then in between them eroded and it packed down, I need to pack more stuff in there. Yes. Nora asked, "What are you gonna grow there?" So this particular stand is going to be the start of one of our first forests. And actually, we just ordered a bunch of trees last night. So stinking excited. I posted not very long ago um, a permaculture thing on my feed, and it breaks it down really, really clearly. The 7 plants that you need to start a food forest. You get 3 trees, an apple, a plum, and a pear. You plant them 16 feet apart, and then that's the canopy layer. And then you have other layers in there with like some nuts and other berries, etc. So that is the whole point of it. Ooh, worms. By the way, that reminds me. We have tons and tons of worms here, but I was thinking about getting some red worms and putting them into it. Confessions of an Ex-Scientologist gardener. The reason that I do love this so much and I'm talking about it today, for one, I work hard. I work hard to talk about really vulnerable things, not just with you guys, but with the world. And I do that because I genuinely don't want other children to go through what I or my brother or Nora or, I mean, Dylan, Lara, so many people. I don't, and I'm not trying to, if I sat here and I told you all the people who I don't want their childhood repeated, we'd be here for 5 hours. So that said, gardening has literally saved my life. And it's funny because on YouTube, when you say gardening, it means smoking weed. And that's not exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact, I'll take this off for a second. Have you ever felt, and maybe I'm programmed to feel this way because of my Scientology upbringing. Alice in Wonderland falls into a rabbit hole and she is just falling. She's just falling forever. When my deepest anxieties and vulnerabilities and fears kick in, I feel as if I am falling and there is no one there to catch me. I can catastrophize from that point because pretty much everything, I'm uncomfortable and then everything else is an unknown. I find that gardening, working with plants, is the exact opposite of that. Because there is a plan. There is a destination, there is a plan. And we don't know it. I mean, there's a lot of seeds I can look at and I can say that's a particular seed. But what grows from the seed is so different than the seed itself. Most seeds are just they're ugly little brown, dry little circles. But they have a plan that no man could ever replicate. Of course, who knows? Who knows what DNA is happening? But that seed itself is out of humans' control to create. And you're damn right. There is a vibration and a frequency, and it's pure. It's pure, and it's math. It needs certain things. It needs a particular water, it needs particular nutrients, not particular water, but it needs water, it needs sunlight, it needs et cetera, et cetera. And that made me feel so much less alone. Again, like I said, I'm a seed girly. That's one of my favorite parts. I grow so many seeds. I've had plant sales here before. Like, I'm a seed girly. I'm in awe. Do you know every strawberry that you eat has like thousands of seeds on it? And every single one of those seeds can grow an entire bush of strawberries that makes 100 strawberries? It is abundance. It is abundance. It is a connection. And the colors. The colors. I grow potatoes and I forget about them. And then you're not really supposed to harvest potatoes until like the plant kind of dies and the flowers got like wilts and falls. So it's ugly. It's ugly. And you're like, oh, okay, I got to deal with this. Go in there, start digging. Bright purple potatoes in the ground. And how did they get there? Because I put some old rotten potatoes there like a year ago. What? What? There is a plan. There is a design here in this simulation, in this world. And when I'm feeling like Alice, falling down the rabbit hole, I have no more family. I have no job. I have no security. I have no future. I have nothing to show for myself. I've been in this situation, and often I feel like I'm in that situation still when I get triggered. Hmm. But no matter how I feel, it will never change the fact that the tiniest strawberry seed can grow into a huge strawberry field. Like one apple seed can grow a whole tree. That takes me out of my world. That takes me out of my problems. That takes me out of my Scientology trauma and puts me into a place where I am just a human existing on planet Earth with food, nurture, color, light, life. And I'm convinced that the closer to harvest that you eat something, the healthier it is. I think that's true with animals and processing. I think if you can eat meat very short after the time that the animal is humanely harvested, primo. I think that if you get vegetables that are straight from the garden and you pick it and you eat it that day, primo. And if you started that plant from seed, it's almost like a spell. It's almost magic. It has to be. Because now you are investing. You're putting your life force connecting with the freaking sun and the moon and the stars. And then it gets into a plant and then it grows and you eat it and you nurture your body. Are you kidding me? I know I sound like a freaking total hippie nerd, but I have goosebumps. I have goosebumps thinking about the actual power of healing and growth and life in plants and gardening. So, anyway, that was dorky. Thanks for letting me do that. Let's look at my pile of dirt. And I realize also, by the way, not everybody has this huge space to garden. I noticed somebody in here was asking Nora if she's gardening. She's like, I don't have space. You bet your ass you do, girl. Get in the car. We got some horticulture to do. And in fact, I would love to share that with anybody. It's so important. I can't recommend it enough. Okay, there's more. So if I stop, it's so hard to see the trees right now, but over on the right side, that is an apple tree. So this will be one of our first food forests. This is my before, you guys. I have so much work to do, and then the greenhouse. Oh gosh, I got married in this greenhouse. It has looked so good before. It looks like a freaking haunted house. But I want to show you guys this because I am determined to turn this into an inner peace healing eventish space. And we are going to have an event here. I might even show my art here. But we have so much work to do. I'm telling you, so much work to do. From the plastic, we're going to go inside here in just a second. But I just want to tell you, thank goodness for frat boys. Did you guys know that my oldest, when he went into college, joined a fraternity? We'll talk about that another day. And maybe I'll get him on here to talk with me sometime, to be honest. He might be ready for that. We'll see. And I was like, don't join a fraternity. It's a cult. But it's not. There's a lot to it. And actually a lot. They're such good boys. I'm proud to know all of them. But what I'm also proud to do is get a work crew of them to come out and help us with this greenhouse. Because she a mesh. But not to brag, but look at that tractor. Isn't she sexy? The sexiest thing about this tractor is definitely when my husband's on it. That said, I'm an independent woman. I got way more time on my hands than he does, and this is going to essentially be my project. Don't get me wrong, he works really hard and he will continue to and all the things, but I don't wanna put this on his plate, okay? I mean, we have dreams about it together, and like I said, he's a hard worker, he will be there, but long story short, I'm gonna learn how to use the tractor. He's gonna give me lessons, probably starting on Friday morning, or today. I mean, it could be anywhere. This right here, that green huge patch, that is the most you say you have a black thumb, grow New Zealand spinach. Not joking. It takes over everything. I have not watered this greenhouse literally in 6 months. I'm not exaggerating. That New Zealand, spinach is amazing. Really, I just grow it for my chickens at this point, and because it's a cover crop. Speaking of chickens, can you see them? There they are. Another reason that I just haven't messed with this bed. Chickens need dry soil to give themselves baths. It's a part of their, hold on. Na, 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 na. Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm just okay. Chickens need to bathe in dirt, clean, dry dirt. They put it all in their feathers. They do this whole thing. It's like to help with mites, um, all that kind of stuff. It's part of their practice. So they need to have that. So I leave them this. We'll probably have to figure something else out, but that's why they're there. These crazy ladies. They love it. Look at how tattered this is. See all that white curtaining? It's because it was beautifully draped at one point. See that? It's like a horror show. See that circle hanging? That's actually like a faux flower crystal chandelier that I made. Not chandelier, but it had lights. Isn't it it's just hanging for dear life? Oh wait, what did I do? Sorry, my bad. I got distracted with a comment. I'm starring some comments there. You guys have great ideas. Okay, we're back to this. We're back to the chickens. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Chicken, chicken, chicken. Great tractor. There is, I love making these. I might craft some up for you guys. Putting crystals and like, this was actually left over from our wedding. It's been there a while. Um, those flowers are called sola wood. I think is what they're called. Sola wood. I'm gonna show you guys. Obsessed. If I could afford them, I would order every single one. I'm not joking. Oh, I have to take this off. Whoever was asking about StreamYard earlier, it is annoying because you can't have multiple tabs ready to share, and I find that annoying. Okay. Have you seen these? Okay, 70%, blah, blah, blah. So these are, here we go. They are wood bark flowers. Say what? Okay, so here's the no bark ones. I want to find ones with bark. No bark, no bark. How dare you with the no bark flowers? I feel like that's rude. Let's find wedding flowers free sampler. Now, a lot of people like these wood flowers because they don't wilt or fade or anything like that, and you can paint them. So I don't see any ones with bark. Here we go, bark ones. Oh my god, I love them so much. Oh my god, I love them so much. Look at them. Shut the front door. Look at these. They're flowers made out of tree bark. What? I love them. I just love them. Love them so much. Anyway, that's what those were, and you can dip them. Yeah, it's wood. There's the ones that say no bark, and they're it's still wood. It's like papery kind of stuff, and then so that's oh, wait, that's my face. Hold on. Go back, Liz, go back. Okay, so when it gets up here again That's what those are. And I dipped them. You can just get paint, mix it with water, and you dip them, and they're colored. These have been hanging up here for almost 4 years. That's embarrassing to tell you guys. But yeah, anyway, so there's a hula hoop under that. This is one of my wedding things, and it hung like it's supposed to hang, flat, not hacker. But that's the vibe. Ferns and feathers, crystals, that's the vibe of the greenhouse. Maybe I'll share if I can find any from the actual wedding. You can see here that metal or wood floor. There's a stage area there. That's where we actually got married up on. And the beds are 4 feet wide and they go all the way down the side. It's a lot. It's a lot. And there's the tractor. Okay. Yeah. It might be time to dust. The thing is, it's like one of those the plastic of the actual hoop house needs to be replaced. And once it's replaced, then it's worth it, for lack of a better word, to clean inside. Um, like everything in the world, costs have like more than tripled essentially. Um, so we're getting there. We're getting there. My husband works so hard, and I do have some different revenue streams, but I've kind of been doing this, and I've kind of been just trying my best to like sell my book, build my brand. I'm not even sure what that means anymore, but we're showing up every day with you guys. We're hanging out every day with you guys. We're going to show up. We're going to be part of the solution. We're going to be doing what we're going to do. And when I'm not here in the mornings, my plan and hope and intention is to switch my brain off and go put my hands in dirt and slowly, well, I'd love to do it quick, but I'm going to go easy on myself. Get the beds built, get the hugelkultur packed in, move some dirt around, move some rocks around, get to know the tractor. Uh, and I can do that. A lot of that stuff. I can do it with you guys if you want. I just what I can't do and what I almost refuse to do is to come on here every single day and just tell you my sob story over and over again. I don't want to be a part of that vibe. I'm more than happy to cry with you and let you into my world and talk about my family and my kids and my brother and my mom. I think it's important, not necessarily for me, but as a cautionary tale for other people. But I have to also take care of myself. And this is how I see that happening. Not to mention, food is so expensive. If I can get this garden and greenhouse up and running where people from town can come and I can also sell like produce by the pound, there's a lot of cottage laws here in Oregon, which means that people who grow and make their own products like jams and breads and things like this can sell them directly to consumers without an extra license. You do need some things, but it's a simpler route. So I envision having, frankly, like farm to table dinners here, and I'd love to have a inner child like a sandbox and toys and some water playthings. I would love to make it available to people who are doing um I don't know what the right word is, but like hallucinogenic therapies to be able to come to like a really aesthetically pleasing, cool place. A lot of plans, guys, a lot of plans. Barefoot Contessa in the garden. I mean, to be honest with you, that's how I feel my happiest, really. I mean, if I really think about the times that I've felt the most at peace ever in my whole life, it's definitely being in my garden where I've put the time and hard work into, knowing that I'm surrounded by, I mean, not to get all religious on you, but it feels like what God's love should be. to me. It feels like abundance and color and joy and light and the plan from every single one of those seeds coming up into harmony to give abundance for every single thing that our bodies need. That's the closest I can say I've ever been to God. Hmm, I think I just realized that, actually. I just realized that. So, highly recommend. And if you live somewhere where you can't do it, like, I'll take you with me. Maybe that's second best. Nora says, and I'm starring you guys. We're gonna go to the comments here in just a second. I volunteer as tribute. I'll bring my lesbian trad wife self out there and let's make it happen. That's right. You can't be a trad wife without getting your hands into a little bit of dirt. The other thing, actually, is that come harvest, there often is all hands. I'm going to try my best to get my hands on a freeze dryer this year. They're really expensive, you guys. They're like, I think Costco has one now. You're looking at $16 to $2,000. It's a lot. But it freeze dries your food. Imagine like it's not dehydrated, it's freeze dried. So it lasts way longer. Um, you can do different things with it. Anyway, so that's what I'm gonna hope for. All right, let's look at some comments. Okay. At least my 23-year-old doesn't live here, so she can clean up her own place. LOL. Yes. It's crazy. My 19-year-old, he's told me, I know he's just prepping me. He's such a sweet, good boy. I know he's prepping me. But he said, Mom, I don't think I'm going to be moving home back here after this year. I'm going to get a lease. I'm going to move in with several of my friends. And I'll probably never live at home again. Awesome. Sounds good, buddy. Sounds good. Liz, question. I believe working within early childhood education sparked my creativity. Do you believe your artistic creativity is linked or inspired by working within the sector also? What a fantastic question. 100%. 100%. One of the first things you do learn when entering the early childhood education field of study is that young children, particularly like 0 through 8, 0 to 5, young children learn best through hands-on play. And I thought, "What? What did you say? That's crazy." Their job is to play. Nora just texted me. She's like, "Oh my God, they're so expensive." Yeah, freeze dryers are crazy bonkers expensive. There are, and then they're not easy to share either. But damn it, Liz, ADD. Hold on. This is an important question. Young children learn through play. That is the standard, the scientific standard for young children. When I found that out, I was like, what? Okay. Then the next thing I was taught is that it's process over product. As a Scientologist, I had never, ever heard the idea that you can value the process over the product. Scientology is product related, it is product based. Since I was 2 years old, I was getting the product of eating my peas. I was getting the product of green marker on the paper. I was getting the product of writing my name. In Scientology, in early childhood education, it's the process. It's the exploration. It's just the act of doing it. There's no product to be gotten. The value is in the experience doing it. That is a mind shift. To never have thought that way and to have someone come in and tell you the value of things can just be doing it, not the product you get after doing it. And that I would have probably never learned if I had not gotten into early childhood education. And it was a lifesaver. And it did inspire my creativity because I then worked hard to allow my inner child to experience some of that, especially as a preschool teacher. Now I got to experience with a bunch of kids, right? Because my job as a preschool teacher then is to play with them, facilitate, organize, and play with them. So now I'm finger painting, and I'm not like doing a masterpiece. We're talking about how it's squishy and it's colorful, and I'm listening to them and scaffolding language with them. And oh, it was very healing, and it opened my mind to a different type of creativity. Because if you are an artist or you're trying to be creative to create a product, that can fuck you up in the mind. Like, yes, we all have a vision and we want to get somewhere, but if it's a product, some artists never get there because of all the things that stand in your way from getting a product, what that means. But when it's a process, it's totally different. And honestly, I can't think of anything in Scientology that's a process. I mean, they say it's a process, but it's all for a specific product. Does that make sense? I hope that made sense. Okay. I'm starring. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. A real friend never has to acknowledge another friend or apologize for their ADHD. Don't ever apologize. Yes. Registered early childhood educator here in Ontario. Hi to Ontario. Process is important. We should all play. Yeah. And for me, being able to set out to allow myself to I do that here. I do that on my boards. I think I did that yesterday. Probably didn't think about it so clearly, but I was like, I'm just gonna put shit on the board. I'm not gluing anything today. I'm gonna move things around. I'm gonna see how it feels. Of course, I'm trying to get somewhere, but not from that time. Not in that designated moment. It's just to play. Love that, right? Only press the like button if you smiled or found yourself nodding in agreement. If you're angry or hate watching, thumbs down to create an effect. Yes. Thank you, Blow Girl. I need to do this more. Please hit that thumbs up. It does help. It pushes this out. I'm under no belief that this is some life changing live today, but I do think that if you like it, it might suggest it to somebody else who has a similar algorithm who likes it. And then when we throw an art show or a party or a retreat or anything, it'll be bumping. um, Theo is an Australian cattle dog. He must be a drama king because it is written on their paperwork. Thank you for acknowledging. He is such a drama king. Such a drama. Tampa Bay man, my son joined a fraternity. He almost died in the forest, left behind. What? A search party looked 3 hours, actually found him on his way out. Grew up quite a bit since he lived. Wow. Oh, that's scary. Yeah, you would love to have the same one probably that Nora texted me. We're talking about freeze dryers now. So the one Harvest Right Home Pro Medium, this isn't even the big one. Freeze dryer. $2,300. And they're not easy to share either. I've been in a women's homesteading group locally. Awesome, by the way. And usually maybe two households maybe can share in a what is it called? Get it together, Liz. Freeze dryer? Is that what it's called? Freeze dryer. Because it takes so long. It could take 24 hours to freeze dry something completely, like something wet. So if you think about harvest season, you think about just running it constantly, there's certain months where you can't really share it. So other months you can. You can grow stevia. Do you know stevia? It's like the leaves taste like sugar. You can pick the leaf and eat it. It's sweet. What? You can freeze dry that, powder that, and then boom, you have your own sweetener. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm still snorting white sugar over here, but maybe I'll be better then. I'm going to put netting over my garden area to keep the deer from eating my hard work. I'm worried about the bunnies though. Lots of rabbits around here. Yeah. I mean, you kind of have to have a fortress eventually. Like with our garden, we've got the deer fencing is 6 feet, and then there's another, I think it's 3 feet that come out like this with like little notches. So we got the 6 foot feet, and then we have to do string line around the outside because deer can jump up and over almost anything, but they can't jump if something's like over them like this, or they think they can. But yeah, good luck. Lots of rabbits too. I mean, the other thing is taking chicken wire around, the bottom part. Or we just grow a lot and then we put a trap a lot and then we have rabbit stew. That's farm to table for you. Donna Davy, you're talking a piece of my mind. I take the ends off the green onions and grow them in my dining room windowsill. Oh my gosh, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Hold on. Please hold. There are so many plants you can grow from kitchen scraps. Potatoes. This is celery. I don't think I can tip it. Maybe I can do this. Wait, it's turning a little bit brown there. But do you see that? That's the end of celery I bought at the store. Then you just put it in water and new celery is growing. What? Hello? Abundance. I have to do this because it's too expensive in the world to eat good. Mint takes over like a weed. Yeah. There are some plants that I will always keep in a pot because they are aggressive. Horseradish, mint. There are so many kinds of mint too. Out at the ranch, I had chocolate mint, pineapple mint, spearmint, peppermint. I think I got an orange mint once, but it didn't live. It was a little bitch. So I might just do one big mint box in this garden. Do I have one of those mobile chicken coops? Kinda, sorta. Kinda, sorta. Yes, we do drag it around with the tractor, but technically we need to redo it. Um, I'll show you guys all this when it comes, but the coop that we have now is metal and wood. It's pretty freaking heavy, but the tractor does drag it. We're probably gonna change it and use that one for meat birds. We're gonna do meat birds coming up. Again, I know it's rough stuff. I've definitely harvested my own chickens before. I've taken their lives before because I eat chicken, and that was part of my process that day of harvesting chicken. And I don't know, it's not like a fun thing to do, I'll give you that, but probably the healthiest chicken food. I mean, I fed them organic, they lived here their whole lives, so I can't imagine anything healthier. But yeah, so pretty soon we're gonna have 2 coops. We're gonna have the meat birds because meat birds are actually genetically engineered. Not all of them, but the most common ones are, and they really only live for 8 to 12 weeks. You can't actually let them live longer than that because their bodies, like, get too big, their breasts get too big, and their legs can't carry them. Ah, Franken chickens. I don't think we're gonna get that one, but top 16 weeks. Dancing floor, yes, in the greenhouse. That stage is perfect for a little dance floor. We've also really talked about getting a travel trailer. There's a big we um, gravel section right outside. Putting a travel trailer and renting it out as an Airbnb kind of thing. And you could sleep in the travel trailer, whatever, and then have the greenhouse too. And I don't know if we'll do this. I could spend $50,000 in my sleep on this. I gotta pick my battles. But to put a clawfoot tub out there, yes, toward the back, because there's a big open, like a big door in the back that opens, and you could just see nothing but green. Just feel, and then obviously the garden's gonna is right there too. So you just be like abundance in a clawfoot tub. Love it. with some, like, rose petals in the water. Hi. I tuned into you for a little bit this morning. I'm sorry about what happened in your neighborhood. I hope that gets resolved. Comment. Liz, I started taking horticulture classes because I asked to see this garden. Now I have to do seed trials and write papers and learn crap. You girl boss too hard. That's never go full. Good for you though. I'll be excited to see what you work on. Tampa Bay man is scared of ants crawling into her mouth when she sleeps. I mean, yeah, that sounds horrible. I won't sleep on a trampoline anymore, pretty much for that exact reason. But spiders. What? Process over product? Who would have thunk it? I know. I know. And imagine being a child and learning this from when you're little. Huh, the heartache you could avoid. Nicole hasn't done freeze dried, but you do air fry. Hell yeah. I love me some air fry. I mean, that's the dream, right? Grow some potatoes, get them out, air fry them. Your fresh rosemary, fresh wild garlic. Sunrise Dawn. My daughter lives an hour away with her fiance, his family, and my 1-year-old granddaughter. Because of my vision problems, my driving is limited. And I can't drive that far. I hate it. I hate that for you too. You know what? You're honestly such a nice person and you do so much for people. I wonder if you found someone who went to church in their town from your town on Sundays that could drop you, pick you up, or carpool. Carpool. Everybody wants you to be with your family. I wish I could make that happen for you. And comment, the place sells them as often refurbished trade-ins half price. I will look up their website for you. You're talking about freeze dryers? Yes. One of my really good friends here in town has one. Oh no. Oh no. My older just texted me. I think I'm getting sick. What's the most mom thing I could possibly say? Rest and drink water. Oh no. We'll see. Last time he was sick, he didn't want to come home. He told me, I want to be at the fraternity. I want to be at home in my fraternity room. Like, okay, do what you want. Look at these, that. I just found out that I have Parkinson's. I'm so sorry. Okay. The reason I mentioned is I started dopamine preserving medication. I didn't realize I was apathetic until I wasn't. Now I'm enjoying the process. I love that for you. It is true that finding out the actual like why sometimes when we are experiencing things is such a relief because then you can get help. Good for you. I hope you feel lots better. And you're an artist, a 3D artist with an MFA in animation. Wow. I'd love to see some of your stuff sometime. That sounds really cool. Really cool. All right. That's interesting. You can use chopped celery as a rose stamp? Never thought about that. You've done pineapple that way? I didn't oh my gosh. My family still laughs at me. They joke, and I'm determined to prove them wrong. I saw on TikTok that if you take a pineapple and you roll it aggressively, it will break up the fibers in the pieces and eventually you can pull them out. Fact or crap? Honestly, I couldn't get to do it, but that is my life's goal to prove my whole family wrong. Strawberry mint? Shut the front door. I need to get me some of that. I wish we were all closer in person. We could do a seed swap. We could do a cutting swap, if you do clones. Meat birds. Yes. Oh my. I did hear that. Yes, you did hear that. Meat birds. Mhm. Was that to non-farmers? I'm so sorry. That probably came across as very insensitive. When you are raising birds for meat, there are actually different breeds that you get. So your purpose for the bird matters, like what you're gonna get. My husband says he wants silkies this spring. So we have a our local feed store in April. Well, before April, they take orders for all the breeds, and then they have Chick Day where you can go pick them up. Do you want me to take you with me to Chick Day? That'd be fun. It's usually like the first week of April. And that's where we'll get them. We'll get all of our breeds, and we'll keep our meat birds separate because they are not going to have as big of access. They're going to stay in a smaller place. They're going to get fed more different food, and they're going to have they're just going to have a different life. I was thinking some of my ladies, my chickens, my egg layers, one of those girls has got to be 4 years old. I don't even know if they're all laying. Sometimes they don't even lay. If we don't shut the coop, they get out in the morning. They could lay anywhere. No idea. We'll just find piles of eggs. So these meat birds, they're also not good with predators. Their body shape and proportions, like there's hawks, eagles around here. They're not so smart. So yeah. You also watch Cog Hill Farms on YouTube. Okay. She has the medium forgotten harvest freeze dryer. Around the holidays, she has a discount code. Yes, freeze dry candy. There are tons of people in town who sell freeze dried candy, like Skittles, and they pop open. So good. Yes, RIP meat bird. I'm sorry. Don't be mad at me. Next time you go to KFC or you have a chicken nugget, you know, meat that you raise yourself is so good. Animals raised and respected actually taste way better. I tend to agree as well. Not to get into like a whole political thing here, but the other thing I have to say is for just my own sense of being resourceful, um, part of the territory that comes with being a conspiracy theorist is the internet and the whole world electric grid could be shut off at any moment. And for some of us to sleep at night, we need a few things. We need chickens because we can have eggs and meat if we need it. Um, Plants to have food and a wood stove. These are the things that I require. So take it or leave it. When can I come do that, Liz? I put in my reservation now. Honestly, I'm not joking, you guys, 100% that if there were people locally and we wanted to have a garden day or something, I would 100% do that. Maybe at first we should start at like the inspiration garden near here or something because we're just going to be staring at dirt. There's not a lot to do right now, but we could do something. Almost for Australia, you were just looking at a magnesium bath. Magnesium is key for them bodies. And honestly, a lot of the magnesiums, calciums, phosphorates, things that we don't get in America as much, it's because we're not eating as many fresh, green, leafy vegetables as we should be. Who said that? Okay. Yeah. Nicole gets coyotes. We get those too. Mountain lions. Can't let your little dogs out alone. Oh, I'm sorry. Are there predators that prey on chickens? Yes. We have everything. We have the hawks, we have the eagles, we have the coyotes, we have mountain lions, we have bobcats, we have everything. Haven't seen a mountain lion here on this property, but our neighbors have said that they're within a mile on game cam. Um, and honestly, that's why I think once you have a good flock, like you just don't fuck with it. I think that 4-year-old chicken has honestly taken on some of the roles of the mother hen and she knows what's up. We don't have a rooster anymore. The rooster would crow if anything was nearby. And all the ladies would like get together or do what they had to do. Hide, usually under one of the cars in the driveway. So, yeah. I think chickens are like Mother Nature's cupcake. Everybody wants a piece. Tell him you sound like a problem and tell him to ask his frat brothers for a snestle and a lullaby. I'm gonna use that. Ready? Here we go. Wanna come home and recoup? Nah. It's nice to feel wanted though, right? I drove on Monday, 45 minutes round trip because even though his girlfriend took him to his appointment, I was like, are you good? Do you need me? And then he was like, are you coming over? I was like, do you need a mom hug? He just thumbs up. So I drove my ass 20 minutes each way, 23 minutes each way to hug him. But you know what? That's what I would want my mom to do for me. And luckily, because I am a hustler on my own time, I have the ability to do that. Ooh, can use heaps of plants to paint with. Hmm. You got me thinking. You got me thinking. Shall we host a paint night, a plant paint night? I have some in my room where I did with ferns. I put the fern down and painted over it like a stencil. But you could smack things. You could make prints. I love it. Hey, long time lurker. Love what you're doing. Thank you. We're just hanging out this morning. I mean, we're just chilling, right? We're just chilling. Yeah. Well, TikTok has a bunch of bullshit on it, and we all know that. But I fall for it. I fell for the pineapple, you know? Okay, yeah, my husband wants to get silkies. I'm like, "Why?" Because 'Cause they're just funny. Did I one time so, maybe 3 years ago, my husband said that he was gonna start saying yes to things offered to him at work. So, his job is he goes into people's homes or apartments or I mean, all types of properties all over the place. And often he is offered things. He's very personable, talks to people. Like he's come home with plants. In fact, this begonia that I'm looking at over here came from one of his customers. He often gets tips as well. He's come home with fresh baked bread. He's come all kinds of things. And some of it's a little weird. I'm like, why did you say yes to this? Even foods where I'm like, are we eating this? But he just said, I'm saying yes to everything and seeing what happens. Like, okay, I love that. Love that for you. Love this man. Um, One time he comes home with 6 chickens. Little game chickens. They were still chicks. I think they're called pullets at that point. Anyway, their legs were like this long and their little bodies were tiny and they would run around. I wanted to put pants on them, but I didn't. They got eaten. They got picked off actually one by one, as we were talking earlier. First, the 3 girls got picked off, and then the boys started to figure out how to crow. They're like a little gang. And then one day they disappeared. Happens sometimes. They had no chance, honestly. So the silkies, I mean, we're going to keep them with the other ones, but we might just be feeding the birds. Silkies have the funky little head. They have like all the puffy feathers. Do you guys want to see one? Silky chickens. Oh, that startled me. Oh, look, this is one of them. I made this. See? Hold on. I was looking up chickens. See? So these are turkey feathers from around here. These are actually just fake flowers, but I'm into ferns and hanging things. Okay, well. That was rude. Let me show you silkies real quick, please. Because you're gonna love them. Share screen. Silky chickens, Google search. Shut up. Look at it. This is a bantam, a silky bantam. Where's your eyes? So cute. I think they lay little eggs too. So that'll be fun. I have a friend from back remove. I have a friend from back in my ranch days. She bred her chickens together to make the most gorgeous lavender eggs. Yeah, because you can do that kind of thing. If you've never seen the documentary Chicken People on Amazon, watch it. It's worth it. It is worth it. I love it when I get a text from my kid just to tell me something that gives me more anxiety. I know. I know. I love mine, my little too. Oh, you need some chickens. Well, speaking of chickens, speaking of all the things, was I going to show you anything else today? Um, Wait, more chickens? No. Here If you think chickens are great, you got to look up chickens in pants. That's where it's at. All right, shameless plug, everybody, for my book, Confessions of an Ex-Scientologist Pothead. I am selling autographed copies on my website, lizgale.com. You can also get it on Amazon. If you have it, you've already got it. You're like, I can't get any more, Liz. then I'm so grateful for you. And I promise to give you a new book at some point soon that you can purchase. I have so many ideas, as you can imagine. All I need is just a little healthy meth, and the world is my oyster. So, got any of that? All right. That said, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go touch soil, touch dirt. If I do anything exciting, I will let you know. Tomorrow's going to be very different. I hope tomorrow to stay on a topic. That's funny, Liz, because I do think it's important. We're going to be talking about a little bit of the Epstein stuff tomorrow and how it's all working together. And maybe just through the lens of an ex-Scientologist, maybe you can bring something new to the conversation. And yes, please bring your, did I put this up? Here's my book. And if you already brought my book and you're going to see me sometime, we need to get that on the books, by the way, then let me know. All right, you guys are the absolute best. I know you're the real ones. I know you're the real ones who are here, not just for the shit stirring, not just for the tea, but you're here because we like hanging out together. We like healing and talking and growing. And I learn from you. I hope you learn from me. And oh, hold on a second. I see you there, Bama Daveter, and I'm trying to make you a mod on the back end after this. Thank you so much for being here. All right, guys. Bye, everybody. I'm going to go get dirty. If it's crackling, it means I'm run out of battery. Bye.
She knows herself, she finds her way. Through art and joy, she shapes each day, crafting beauty from the past, healing wounds, peace at last. With each move, she